Hi there, Leo. This is your October romantic love reading. So, hopefully, you've had a look at the general reading. If you are someone who is in a relationship, then there was a few signs regarding those of you in relationships that towards the romantic quotient or just the embracing of the new in your relationship. So right now I'm going to go into the singles, and I meditated in that energy, and I have to say I felt some sadness and some some sadness and some eagerness. So I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling, and we'll just go from there. So I hope any of you that are in Northern California are safe and sound. If you have family out there, my prayers are with you and your family members. I do an intuitive read as I go in, so I know that part of the thing to remember, and I bring up sometimes like what's going on around us, because if you're empathic, and regardless how empathic you might be, you will pick up things sometimes, and that can leave you energetically very depleted. So with that being said, let's say you live in the vicinity of where a tragedy has occurred. You may start to have symptoms within your body. You may find that you're more irritable or depressed, and you don't really have any rhyme or reason as to why. But I think some of you Leos know why. There's like the thing that you're upset about is kind of like was this cool distraction, and it kind of was like, okay, well, this is great, and you decided to go ahead and be brave and jumped into things, and that's good. That's a good thing. Sometimes, though, you don't know what's below when you jump. But it could be that you're flying. Who knows? It's all kind of that hologram thing going on, right? Oh, the heart. The lovely, lovely heart. A lot of full hearts. Full-hearted Libras, that's what I'm getting. Something seemed to cut it again. Okay. Yeah. I don't read reversals unless it makes sense to. Like it speaks to me. So I had a couple private readings, and what comes in the cards comes in the cards, and I might get a little bashful, but I'm just going to tell you what the cards say and what I see. And the bottom of the deck is the Capricorn card. The Devil holding these two in chains. When I did the private readings, oddly, it happens, this card kept coming up over and over again for Leos. So at the bottom of the deck, and I shuffled, then I tried using another deck, and the Devil came up in that one. So I think that there's some kind of, in the backdrop, a bit of perhaps overthinking and a little, or this could be regarding a Capricorn. But I think it's also passion is what I'm also getting, that there's a lot of passion, and yeah, I don't see, well, the card underneath isn't so bad. The rest is pretty good. So I think that what we got there is something to do with some passion. And that's always healthy, as long as you use protection and are safe. And it is not a third party situation, because that sucks. And that's just, you deserve everybody deserves way better than that. Don't get involved with anybody who's stuck on something or on something, because that just is going to take your vibration and it's going to throw it out the window. And I know from personal experience that your vibration, I mean, your vibration is coming off of the general reading. You guys are stepping into new roles, you're taking on new responsibilities, new jobs, new children, new couples, new movement. And with the harvest moon, that's happening with a lot of signs. Now, as I'm looking at these cards, let me take a minute and look a little closer. You can do the same thing. Yes? All right. It was close enough already, right? Okay. So this couldn't be involving an air sign. So some things may have come to light after the last harvest moon, or for some of you, it will come to light on the new moon on the 19th. So we have the images of the moon. So what I'm getting actually now, we have 5, 7, 11, and then 9. So let me just read off what we have here. We have the Queen of Swords. Then we have the moon. Then we have the Eight of Cups. Then we have the Six of Wands. Then we have the Five of Pentacles. Then we have Death. Okay. Then we have Justice. And then we have 9 of Pentacles. Okay. So you're very straightforward and clear about your words. You've been thinking about a lot of future things, and some of you, you're kind of been in, your head's been kind of in the clouds, and that feeling has been kind of, without you knowing, that feeling has kind of given you a new kind of openness and ability to see, like, oh, I can actually feel this way about someone. And some of you may have come to find out some things that were not pleasant, and although that you've invested so much time in it, you're walking away because you know you deserve better. Eight of Cups is not bad, but in this reading, as I'm looking at this image, what's coming up for me is just realizing, like, no, like, I'm finished. This is ridiculous. I've put all of this effort in. I've put all these cups of emotion in this. This is stupid. I'm not doing this anymore. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. And I'm seeing a lot of blue here. So early on in October, or however, whenever I try and go by moon cycles, and I'm doing my best. I'm new with this channel, so I'm trying to do my best, and I want to do readings the way that I do them. So I'm getting the videos out as soon as I can, and I'm excited and thankful. So anyway, before I forget, if you like this video, please hit like. Well, you'll like it more hopefully towards the end. But if you like it, please hit like and please hit subscribe. Leave your comments. I would love to hear more about how this resonates with you, how it doesn't. You might want to check your rising sign as well. So that's the drill that I gotta go through, I guess. So, and if you want a personal reading, the information is below. If not, you can also donate as well. So it's all about good karma and just paying it forward. So I think that's also kind of the motto of Leo right now. Like, you're getting this energy of knowing, like, and the death card for me is kind of like you're coming into your own, and you're realizing that you can offer a great deal, and you're not expecting much. You're saying, okay, I'll offer the 8 cups. You just need to bring 2 cups here. I don't want anything else from you. You don't have to do anything else but just show up with those 2 cups. That doesn't seem to be happening. So here's where the personal growth aha moments come, where they're painful as they're very painful, but they're your learning moments that help to push you out of a blockage and push you into the proper momentum needed to get you to where you have been manifesting and where your destiny wants you to be. Okay? This is a time for singles to realize that there is power in realizing how much you can give. And this empowerment, if you go into this route of taking honor and pride and celebrating the fact that, and look at this horse, he's like, you treat people right, you do so good. Like, I don't know what, this horse always looks like he's eyeing the fellow riding, and he's just like, you know what, you did it, you so did it. And that's part of what happens when you kind of get through a learning experience with a significant possible other, or along the dating route, The other difficulty is that I think sometimes everybody wants things to kind of happen sooner, and for some of you this is about, I'm feeling an impatience, but I think that you're valid in walking away, because when I look at these 8 of Cups, all I feel is this kind of like, oh my God, I put in so much time. I really cared about you. And I'm getting a lot of blue here, so I'm thinking that there's a lot of throat chakra. You're holding a lot in your throat. So try just finding a friend to talk to. If you don't want to do that, you can write. You can just record your own voice and just hear what you have to say. You can reach out here to me and we can talk it out and use the divination tools. And of course, there's always, if need be, if you feel like things are getting too much, like out of control, where you're like almost obsessive to the point where you're like, why? Just know that when those questions come up, it's good. It's good if you're questioning. You know why? Because when you go, why did this happen? It's because you're entering a new place of learning. When you walk into a classroom, you're not going to know what the lesson's going to be until you sit down, you have the lesson, and then you go home and take your homework with you. All right, so these situations that we come about in order to get to the one, to meet with our beloved, to connect with somebody that is our soulmate, one of our soulmates. It's, I think, on the mind of a great deal of people who are single, I think. And for Leo, this is when your pride is very valuable. Because I see that with this revelation and these realizations of how much you give And then understanding that you'll be able to own and empower yourself back into that. And the way I see it is, when we have the Five of Pentacles here, this is your outgoing energy. So some of you are feeling left out in the cold, you feel rejected, you feel angry, but just know that that feeling is going to come to an end. So when the Death card came, that's what came up for me. And it happening to be under the moon of the moon, as I look at it, it's revelation. It's something that was stinging and biting, something that was, some of you were in long distance relationships, and through finally some valid communication, by being straightforward with your words, you were able to understand your place in the situation, that you weren't on the same page. And that sucks. It really does. I know. I can feel that. And so the other things that are coming up for me, for some of you who are watching, this is just about you really taking in the you're really trying to let go of the need to be left behind. Your way of thinking, let's say if somebody is not giving you what you deserve, somehow there's a common human reaction, especially those who have very full hearts, and this are so, like, Leo hearts are like these, they're powerful and they're fragile, not in a weak way, but in a way that if you just know how to touch them properly, they just are the most, their hearts are just, I can't even find the words. They mean it when they love, when they care, and it's something that I've always admired, because regardless, when they feel something, they are not shy about it. And if you've been holding things in, and Leos can do that, they can tend to be a little passive aggressive. Don't do that with yourself. Don't do that. You want to work through these patterns of giving too much and receiving so little, and you want to work through that with the actions of, and when I look at this, actions of starting to reevaluate what you mean to you. What do you stand for? What do you want someone to see you as? Because that's the partner you're going to bring in. Okay? You don't want to be left in the cold anymore. There's certain patterns that aren't serving you. And as the cards show, I think there's going to be a death to that pattern. I think you're going to turn a new page. For some of you, it will just be the end of a relationship. Sorry. But it's the end of something that I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen. I'm saying that some of you are coming out of the end of a relationship. I by no means am going to predict things like that on a general romantic reading, and I think that's a delicate place to go into that type of logistic. But when I'm talking about the Death card here, it's definitely the end of a relationship, and kind of feeling like, listen, I'm willing to do anything to keep this alive, but you actually, some of you will be the ones who end it and go, you know what, no, I'm not here to wait around. I'm not here to give you whatever you need and make it easy for you. This is a mutual interaction. This is about us. It's an equal give and take. It's a yin and a yang. If you're just giving, and people are just taking, that's not cool. There is no justice in that. And right now you are seeking justice in order to move forward with your love life, to open up new doors. And I think this current situation, some of you that have broken out of this or have realized your worth and said, you know what, bye, I'm not going to deal with this because I'm realizing I've had enough. And this revelation was painful. I mean, it was not easy. You were angry, you were sad, and you got a little kind kind of pinchy and mean, persnickety kind of with yourself, picking at yourself. But I think that, Leo, you're on this role of really being able to tap into your intuition, and that's what my intuitive side is telling me. Okay? So anyway, we go into justice, and I feel maybe this is a Libra coming into your life, but as I'm reading this, I feel as though it's more about you are owning how to get to your place of justice, which is quite awesome, because you're taking whatever, and if you haven't yet, this is an option for you. You can take this situation that just happened as a way to understand what pattern you want to stop. And because, Leo, you are on a mission, you are like, I'm going to get this done and I will be victorious. And I am not going to be out in the cold again. I am not going to do that. And all this hard work that I put in is going to be in the window and I'm just going to walk by it and look at it. No. You know? And either way, let's say you do follow this person. Let's say you do go into... Look at how decrepit this person is, and this other person's like, I'm just feeling like this may not be a good flow for you because it's not bringing you, either way, it's not bringing you anything that is nurturing or sustaining, or that's love. If it's not love, it's not love. If it's not coming from a place of love, it's not like you're gonna meet somebody in like a la Hindi movie, like fall in love in 5 seconds. Some people do. It does happen. But in this reading, no. And Leo's very particular about certain things that they just are like, no, I'm not doing that. And you guys stick to your guns. You guys are not about like folding. So I think on the love end, now with coming to the Devil and coming to the Nine of Pentacles, the intuitive feel was that some of you will meet someone else and it will kind of be a leapfrog jump from that certain situation. I feel like for singles, this is the beginning of, or this is coming close, this is the beginning of the journey to the one. This is like about you getting through those different obstacles of growth so that you can open the doors to the right person and receive. And maybe it is the person that some of you are thinking of, but they have to be at a certain place to be worthy of you and your time. I would write a list of, if you feel like you're not in this type of structure, but you want to try and get to a place of feeling more like a lion that's going to not put up with bullshit, it's important to know what your worth is and to know how emotionally invested you are and whether or not it's worth it to be that emotionally invested. Use the actions that you know to re-clarify what type of human being you want to be with. Try and clarify what is worthy of you, what is victorious, what is glorious. That's the type of love that Leo will only settle for. It's not going to settle for anything. Leo's going to do its research and it's going to try and find, not research, but you guys are, no. And you guys will like take whatever and make the most of it. And that's a really beautiful quality. But you also have that ability to just go, okay, well, that's it. That's that. I'm not getting what I deserve. So whenever I get the Nine of Pentacles, I love it. Because it's like you in your element, in your own. It signifies growth. It signifies positive energy. And I feel like this understanding of what justice needs to be done in order to bring in the love of your life, to bring in that romantic relationship that you want for the now. Maybe not for later, but you want that. Maybe you just want a relationship where you get to know someone and you don't know about commitment, but you know that you want to open up your heart more. That's okay. Just know where you're going and be clear and communicate with the other person, you know. So I'm going to clarify. I think I'm going to clarify. And I mean, this to me means that maybe some of you will be meeting somebody and just having kind of a fun night. Just put it that way. Or fun whenever, but it'll be fun, I guess. I hope so. And you're single, okay? Unless somebody has told you that they are yours and you are theirs, and you guys have said this clearly and you know it, and that person is literally there in front of you right now. Like you can call and talk to them and there's an open line there, then you know, that's kind of what you want, right? Everybody wants that. You don't want to just be like, okay, you know. And I think this is promising because you're on the right track. You know, if you continue with your personal growth, if you continue with taking care of you, and I'm seeing that a lot of you're holding in a lot of things that you want to say. Some of you are not saying everything that you want to say, and perhaps saying all of that will leave you to feel more relief and victorious, but you may feel like, oh, this doesn't feel good, and it'll be the end of something, but you will have received justice and you will flourish from that. So let me go ahead and take the Thoth cards now and clarify. Let's see which ones are meant to be clarified, because right now I'm not able to see which one I would want to clarify. But, I think I'm just going to go ahead and let's clarify. For some reason, the Eight of Cups, I feel like I need to clarify that one. I mean, I get what it's saying. Maybe it's not the Eight of Cups. Something about these two cards next to each other. So I want to clarify those two, and I want to clarify the Five of Pentacles. Let's clarify death and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. This. So to clarify, 7, 8 of Cups, 6. And yeah, this is somebody from possibly, yeah, you know, you have the number 6, so there's a possibility of a past people around you, just a reflection of that, or it's people from that you've known. Ah, the cards are falling. Okay. 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 Let's just keep going. All right. Okay. So to clarify the Queen of Swords, I have the Emperor. So really, your heart might feel broken, but your spirit and your growth as a person is quite remarkable right now. You're working with speaking up more. You're working at communicating more. And I think the fact that you're doing that is helping you really come into your own, and it is preparing you for the right kind of love. Okay? Then we have the Moon, and it's clarified by the Chariot. Could be a Cancer that you're dealing with, and you know, they are the moon child, so this could be very much a clarification that you're dealing with a Cancer, and things that you found out about this person, or you realized certain things in the company of this person that you were disappointed. You weren't very happy with the results or what this person was presenting to you, or you know, this person's providing what they can. Apparently this is as far as, and they're growing, but it may not be at the rate that you're growing. I don't know if you guys have some sort of, there's like little things that you guys have differences about. Like, I don't know why I'm getting like difference in diet. Like, I think maybe you're a vegetarian, the person's a meat eater, or there's like little quirks that you are, that kind of brought you to realizing more things about this person. So for the Eight of Cups, we have the Ace of Discs. So when I look at this, I really do feel like what we have is like, if you can look really closely, sacred geometry is pretty awesome. In the center of this card, they're just shapes and it's flourishing. It's growing. It's kind of basically like an acorn that's being opened, and we're seeing all the different layers, all the different parts. And it's a way of showing you that you're in the birthing of a new part of you. You're in the birthing and the flourishing and opening of this new side of you that actually is claiming what you deserve. You're not putting up with anything that's bullshit anymore. Sorry if bullshit's offensive, but that's kind of the word that's coming up. If you know about James Hillman and the Soul's Code, there's some information about the acorn and how the acorn, it has a tree within it, and then that has your whole entire life and fate. Everything is dictated inside that, and I think that this is a turning point for you. For those of you watching, I think you're the type that is like, you know what, I'm in it for the real deal. This isn't like some, you know, I'm just perusing the market and trying to just see what's out there. No, you're serious about what you want now. You're not bullshitting around. Geez, bullshit keeps coming up. So I think maybe a lot of you are just like, this is bullshit. This is not worth it. This is not for me. And it's good to have that type of temperament sometimes, because it helps to push you into the understanding of what you deserve. And you do the right actions then that give you the authority to say, yes, I do know I deserve this. Okay? And then to clarify the Five of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Swords. So you're dealing with someone who's younger maybe, or has a young spirit. And I think that can be kind of difficult, because that's how you kind of feel like you're constantly pulling the slack, because this person's maturity is a little bit, it's not the same as you, or vice versa. Everyone grows at different rates in different areas of their life. So this is kind of like, you know, this is for singles who are trying to meet people. Like I say it's singles because you're only single until that person says, yes, I'm yours and you're mine. We're each other's. Okay, and the person doesn't own you, but they should say very clearly that they want to be with you and only you. If they're not saying that, then there's nothing there. I hate to say it that way, but then there's nothing. You can keep it as a gray space and you can put it aside and let it be there, but don't let that be what sits in the seat for your beloved. Don't do that, because then you're denying yourself of what you deserve. And this whole experience is about you realizing what you deserve. Okay? So those of you who are in relationships, I think this is a coming into and the ending of certain patterns within your relationship. I think that with your own personal self-growth and your reflection into the self and identifying your own individuality, you're able to come into a place where you are connected again with that ability to kind of just get in there and be powerful with your thoughts and the way that you think about yourself, to the point that you just won't allow this type of thing to happen. And it can happen if you just let the pattern continue, if you let it keep going. I mean, the Ace of Discs can also be emphasizing a pattern that keeps going, that you've been doing for so many years, and maybe you just haven't realized it, but this recent interaction is what has awakened you. It's time to do some meditation on the throat chakra and the heart chakra, and to get in touch with your intuition, because doors are opening up for you, for your heart to have what it desires. So for the Death card, we have the Truce, the Four of Swords. And for me, it's not going to be, if you're ending things with somebody, it's amicable. If I said that right. I can't even say that word ever. But it's something you're fine with. And if you're not, you will be fine with. Because you will know that your justice is dominion over everything else. And I do feel that for some of you, there might be a Libra coming into your life, and maybe you have a friend who's a Libra, but through them, because we have the Two of Wands, and what's coming up for me is, I mean, it could be fire, but and with the Devil card and the Emperor, I think some of you are also becoming more sexually aware of your needs. I had to say that because that's what needed to be said. I'm a little shy about saying that, but it's true. Some of you are coming into, that's very healthy. It's fine. We are here because of sex, and as long as you are actually are single and you're in a relationship that you feel comfortable in and you're safe, then yeah, it's healthy and it's fine. So I see that kind of happening, and I mean, off the wings of a broken heart, that is a common thing. Just, try and be careful and make sure it's not an emotional decision, but just one because sex is healthy and you're an adult, and that's okay. I think that's something that's very important to hear, especially in certain cultures. It's hard for people to feel okay with saying that they have sexual needs, or that they saying that there's some sort of taboo about, you don't, I feel like I need to say this. You don't have to feel that you're indebted to be committed in a relationship with someone because you have had a physical relationship with them. It's natural to have desires as a man or a woman, and if you act on them in a healthy manner where the other person's not involved and you're not, it's an honest connection, and it's something that you feel comfortable with and you're safe about it, I don't see anything, there's nothing wrong with that. You're being healthy, and obviously you're old enough too, so don't take that advice on this, Jim. But I'm gathering the majority of people watching are adults, okay? And either way, expression of your growing sexuality is comfortable. It's okay. That's natural. It's fine. There's no shame. There is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing. There's nothing to demonize yourself about. There's nothing to feel shame about, or feel like you're chained to a person because you were intimate with them. That can happen for women, especially. We tend to think, we get connected by the heart, when we're intimate with someone, more so. There are men that do too, but I mean, it's kind of hard because we get connected that way, and then we start to perceive things in a way that the men react differently after sex than women. So some women are different, but I think that there's something to be said about, I think some of you, the way that you view being sexual. It's healthy. It's fine. It's good. It's how you were made. It's how this all happened. So it's natural. So now that we've talked about sex, baby, let's let's talk about what's going on in your chakra system. And late night flyers. Malachite. Probably saying that right. My apologies if I am. Malachite. And this is from the, I'm using the Crystal Wisdom Oracle deck by Judy Hall. My amazing friend she sent me these a couple weeks back, and she knew I was thinking of putting this channel together, and I just feel so fortunate because it's helping me to interpret a lot of the intuitive stuff that I have in my feed. And it's full. I have a full feed of information, and so smoky quartz celestial. Yeah, I figured heart chakra for sure. Hold on a second. Oh, amethyst is also something I would think about too. And it's not that you have to go get these crystals. The reason why I put them there is because they each resemble an energy, and within these minerals, within these crystals, by just thinking about what they represent, by understanding how your mind and body and soul are integrated in this, it helps to allow your chakras to allow the vibration and the acceleration and ability for you to have proper flow into what is destined for you, what is right for you, not what is going against you, okay? So, amethyst, I'm just going to hold that up, and you can just look at the energy of that. And this is for the heart chakra, okay? So I feel as though, for me, that's saying the heart chakra. For this is your crown chakra, okay? And I think we're also dealing with, I think going into reaching out to whatever you want to call it, your angels, your spirits, to just be surrounding you right now, to just be around you, to hold you in that place that says, no, I'm standing my ground about what it is that I know I deserve, and you'll be victorious because of that, okay? So focusing on that chakra. And then the next chakra here is, we have the heart chakra, 45 Rodosha. Oh my goodness. Rodosha. So goodness. Rodosha. So bright. You can look at that. I'm not going to. I don't want to butcher it. But, okay. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to look at the malachite and, yeah, let's look at the malachite, okay? The subconscious mind. Malachite brings to light ingrained programming and toxic beliefs. An amulet against pain, this is a powerful stone for emotional transformation. It stimulates the survival instinct. Self-understanding. Oh my God. My phone is talking right now as I'm reading this. No. What is happening? Okay. Well, maybe you need to listen to something by Eminem, because for some reason my phone just asked me if I wanted to hear a song from Eminem. It's weird, but hey, maybe it connects with you and that's why it happened. Okay. Getting back to malachite and dealing with the subconscious mind. Unconscious programs or beliefs cause psychosomatic disease. Patterns. Ending the patterns. Coming to a peace, to a truce with old ways of doing and being and thinking. Death is the end of that pattern. because you know that justice must be served, or you must let a Libra in order to have some fiery energy in, or you have fiery energy or whatnot, but you will be deliciously happy, okay? But going back to it now, I'm going to go ahead and finish up this reading. All right, so unconscious programs or beliefs cause psychosomatic disease. Go willingly into the depths. Therapy may be needed. Your deepest fears become your greatest gifts as hidden abilities come to light. Sometimes our patterns do root from trauma as a child, trauma from any part of our life, and sometimes we keep recreating those same patterns because we are trying to fix and resolve something that happened to us in the past, and you are using other people as your archetypes, as your ways of working through karmas. However, having said that, breaking through patterns is part of what opens up the flow and gets things to you that you want. And I think that's what's happening with some single Leos. So this is a really great time, especially when the new moon comes on the 19th, on Diwali. Okay, so when the new moon comes, you're like, what is that? Diwali is an Indian holiday. So Google is your friend. But on that day, it's a time for you to, I think, write down what it is that you want to welcome and embrace into your life. And in the next one, you want to talk about what you want to let go of, okay? That's my dog drinking water. All right. So go willingly into the depths. If you're going into the depths of your patterns and you know that it's rooted in trauma from previously in your life, then definitely consult with a therapist. And when you've done so, if you need further life coaching and guidance and assistance, hello, I'm here. Okay? So your deepest fears become your greatest gifts as hidden abilities come to light. Go where angels fear to tread, to bring back insights of your own healing and that of others. Divination. Explore your depths. Danger threatens, not all as it seems. Stand firm in your power. Have no fear. You survive. Protect yourself against unseen forces or powerful minds that manipulate you. Learn psychic protection. Take a course to call up past life skills. Spread your wings. Do not become embroiled with a charismatic man. Oh my, that's quite bold. All right, healing insight. Detoxifying your mind, body, and emotions and recognizing deep psychosomatic causes of dis-ease are path to well-being. So the frequency is earthy to high. The chakra that we're looking at is the heart, the base, and the sacral and the solar plexus. So definitely there is root chakra energy here. So I would definitely focus on the root chakra as well. Okay, and transforming your subconscious mind is your soul path. So part of this, it always flows, it always works, it's always guided. I mean, come on. This is this is definitely speaking to the overall gloss over it, you know, the glaze that's on top of this situation. And it's interesting, if you look at this actually closely, there are patterns in the actual crystal that you can see. So I would say, you know, something's telling me for you to just grab a piece of paper and start doodling, start making patterns. Just look at it. Look at the patterns and see how it speaks to you. Okay? I want to just read one closing card. Okay? That is from the Osho Zen deck. I had picked this card, I shuffled when I was doing my meditation around Leos, and this was the card that came up, and I thought, how awesome, because it's a lion, and it's the rebirth card. I'm excited to do your reading for this next, after this moon cycle, because I feel like you're being prepared and you're about to enter into something pretty awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and read this part here, okay? I just picked the card. I haven't read what it's about. So this is a new deck for me, and which makes it great because then I can really show you the way that I read and how it works and how the divine is definitely here. And, you know, I'm showing you what I can do. What I gotta do, right? All right, so rebirth. Yes, I love this. I love this so much because I really feel like you are. This is going to be a release of. It's going to be awesome. I mean, I know the lion's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" But it's a peaceful thing. He's like, "Hey, I'm just playing the flute for you, and it has my head on a camel. I'm just, you know." Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and read it. The card depicts the evolution of consciousness, as it is described by Friedrich Nietzsche in his book, Thus Spake Zarathustra. He speaks of 3 levels of camel, lion, and child. The camel is sleepy, dull, self-satisfied. He lives in delusion, thinking he's a mountain peak, but really he is so concerned with others' opinions that he hardly has any energy of his own. Emerging from the camel is the lion. When we realize we've been missing life, we start saying no to the demands of others. We move out of the crowd, alone and proud, roaring our truth. But this is not the end. Finally, the child emerges, neither acquiescent nor rebellious, but innocent and spontaneous and true to his own being. Whatever the space you're in right now, sleepy and depressed or roaring and rebellious, be aware that it will evolve into something new if you allow it. It is a time of growth and change. Rebirth. In Zen, you are coming from nowhere and you are going to nowhere. You are just now, here, neither coming nor going. Everything passes by you. Your consciousness reflects it, but it does not get identified. When a lion roars in front of a mirror, do you think the mirror roars? Or when the lion is gone and a child comes dancing, the mirror completely forgets about the lion and starts dancing with the child. Do you think the mirror dances with the child? The mirror does nothing. It simply reflects. Your consciousness is only a mirror. Neither do you come, neither do you go. Things come and go. You become young, you become old. You are alive, you are dead. All these states are simply reflections in an eternal pool of consciousness. You're in a very great place. It may not seem like it coming from the tail end for some of you, or being in the situation that feels like it's in lacking, or how, you know, the many stories I was sensing, the many situations I was sensing during my reading. I try to provide as much as I could because there seemed to be a lot of Leo energy dealing with, some of you dealing with letting go of these patterns, and it's going to be a really beautiful month because you're flourishing, you're coming into your own, you're acknowledging your justice that you deserve. And the work, the soul work that you have here, it's patterns. What are you doing that's keeping you from having what you deserve? The new moon, write down what you deserve. Write down what you would like to embrace and manifest and bring into your life. If you've already done that, do it again. This past relationship, this past situation, or the person that you're pining for, if you haven't met them yet, the path that you're on, I sense it's a good time to make that list again, to write that letter again to yourself maybe. Write a letter to yourself saying exactly what you deserve. Write a love letter to yourself like you would hope someone would write to you. It's time to really put that out there, all right? And be good to you, be kind to you, so you can be kind to others, all right? You are love. Love is always with you. Romantic love is a beautiful thing, and it's a wonderful distraction. And I hope all of you get to experience it. I hope I do too. I've had different times, but we're all on this journey together. And you define your happiness, and you can define the people that come into your life. If you can define whether those people deserve to be in your life, and if they fit the role of being able to nurture your happiness, and you as well for them. Okay? I'm getting a lot of the scales need to be equal. Know that. All right? Be kind to you so you can be kind to others. Take good care. And if you liked, hit like and subscribe. If you have any feedback or commentary, please let me know. If you'd like a private reading, we'll definitely get into it. We'll work with skills and tools that you can use, life coaching methods. We'll work through it. All right? You got this. And this is to bring you to the kind of love that you deserve because of how much you give. Write that down too. Write down how much you give. Okay? Take care now. Bye.